Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news. If you're a Bears fan, you've probably been watching the NFC North closely, especially with how competitive and unpredictable the division has become this season. But lately, there's been some serious buzz around the San Francisco 49ers and a potential blockbuster trade that could shake things up for the Bears' future. Rumors are swirling that the 49ers, currently sitting at 5-6 and struggling with their defense, which is allowing over 25 points per game, might be looking to make a bold move to bolster their roster, and it involves none other than linebacker Fred Warner. Now, this isn't just idle speculation. Sources close to the situation suggest that the 49ers could be willing to trade Warner, a top-tier linebacker and one of the best in the league, in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. And for Bears fans, this kind of move could be a game-changer, especially considering the team's ongoing rebuild and the need to strengthen that linebacker core that's been somewhat vulnerable this season. The 49ers, after a tough stretch, find themselves in a tricky cap situation with about $18 million in cap space. But with some big contracts looming, including that of Christian McCaffrey, they're aiming to clear some space and address their biggest needs, mainly on the offensive line and perhaps at edge rusher or wide receiver. The defense, which used to be their bread and butter, has taken a hit lately, and losing Warner would be a significant blow but also a strategic reset. Warner, drafted back in 2018, has been a cornerstone for San Francisco's defense, with his incredible ability to read plays, make tackles, and cover tight ends and running backs alike. Over his 8-year career, he's racked up over 910 combined tackles, 12 sacks, 13 interceptions, and 28 pass deflections, all while maintaining an impressive PFF grade of around 95. His coverage grade, which is a crucial metric for linebackers in today's pass-heavy NFL, sits at an elite 91. 2, and his ability to create turnovers, with a career differential of +10 in turnovers, makes him one of the most valuable defensive players in the league. In 2024, Warner has continued to impress, with 5 games played so far, including 28 solo tackles and 23 assists, along with 2 forced fumbles and an interception returned for a yard. His PFF grade remains high at 88. 4, and he's still showing that elite coverage ability, allowing just 39 yards per reception and maintaining a run support percentage of about 35%. Even after a shoulder injury in Week 7, which sidelined him temporarily, Warner was still performing at a high level when healthy, significantly contributing to the 49ers' defense, which has been giving up just over 20 points per game this season. The 49ers are trying to rebuild their offensive line after allowing an average of 3-1 sacks per game. And with Warner potentially on the move, they're probably weighing their options carefully. Now, for the Bears, acquiring Warner would be like bringing in a defensive maestro who could transform their linebacker core into one of the league's most feared units. Imagine a linebacker like Warner paired with Tremaine Edmonds. That's a game-changing combo. Warner's versatility, intelligence, and playmaking ability would boost the Bears' run defense and pass coverage tremendously. He could add around 15 tackles for loss, improve their EPA per pass, and elevate their third down stops by over 13%. His presence alone would stretch the field for Chicago's defense, forcing opposing offenses to think twice before attacking the middle of the field or trying to run against them. Plus, Warner's ability to stop big plays and create turnovers would make a significant impact on the team's overall defensive efficiency. Looking at the numbers, Warner's impact would be immediate. For instance, he averages about 2 tackles for loss per game, and his coverage skills would help reduce big plays and extend the Bears' defensive stops. His addition could help elevate Chicago's defense from an average PFF grade of around 86. 5 to over 92, making them one of the top units in the NFL. His ability to play sideline to sideline, combined with his knack for forcing turnovers, would make him a true centerpiece of the Bears' defense. It's no secret that Chicago's team has been building towards a more aggressive, playmaking style, and Warner fits that mold perfectly. A linebacker of his caliber would also help the younger players like Jack Sanborn develop, giving them a mentor and a formidable partner on the field. But why would the 49ers consider trading Warner? Well, that's the big question. The team's cap situation and their need to rebuild their offensive line and add more edge rushers are major factors. With the 49ers looking to strengthen their offensive line after allowing an average of 3.1 sacks per game, they might see Warner as a piece they can move to acquire draft capital and fill those other pressing needs. Also, the 49ers have been rebuilding their offensive line, especially after losing some key starters, and they might prioritize getting a high draft pick to target a top tackle or guard in the upcoming draft. The trade, if it happens, would be a strategic move to balance their roster and cap space, especially with the looming contracts for other star players. For the Bears, this isn't just about filling a need. It's about making a statement. It's about showing that they're serious about building a championship-caliber defense that can carry them deep into the playoffs, maybe even back to the Super Bowl. A player like Warner would be a cornerstone piece for years to come, not just a short-term fix. His leadership, experience, and elite skill set would complement the young core of the Bears' defense, including players like Jaylon Johnson and others who are trying to turn this team into a true contender. Plus, the Bears are definitely in the playoff hunt, sitting at 8-3 and within striking distance of a division title and a deep postseason run. Adding a player of Warner's caliber would only boost their chances and send a clear message that Chicago is here to compete at the highest level. Now let's talk a little about the bigger picture. The NFL trade deadline is always an exciting time, and this kind of blockbuster move could send shockwaves through the league. If the Bears manage to pull it off, it would be a signal to the rest of the NFC that they're serious about contending now and not just planning for the future. With Warner as a leader on defense, the Bears could improve their tackling, coverage, and overall team speed, making them even tougher to beat. It could also elevate their odds of making a deep playoff push and maybe even winning a Super Bowl in the next few seasons. Of course, all this depends on whether the 49ers are willing to part ways with such a key player, and whether the Bears are willing to give up a first-round pick in 2026. But if both sides see the value and the fit, this trade could be one of the most significant in recent NFL history, especially for a Bears team that's been eager to make a statement. Imagine Warner lining up next to Tremaine Edmunds, creating a linebacker duo that could be feared across the league. The impact on the Bears' defense would be immediate and profound, turning a good unit into a top-tier one, capable of shutting down the league's best offenses. And let's not forget the long-term implications. If the Bears acquire Warner, they're not just getting a player for this season, they're investing in their future. Warner's leadership and on-field intelligence would help develop the younger players, and his presence would be a cornerstone for the team's defensive identity for years to come. It's about building a dynasty, about creating a defense that can stop anyone and win championships. Warner's track record, his elite coverage skills, and his ability to make game-changing plays make him the perfect piece for a team with Super Bowl aspirations. As we keep an eye on the NFL rumors and the upcoming schedule, one thing is clear. The Bears' front office is always looking for ways to improve, and this potential move for Warner could be the kind of bold step they need to push them over the edge. The NFC North is becoming more competitive every year, and with the Lions, Vikings, and Packers all making moves, Chicago needs to stay aggressive. Acquiring Warner could be the move that propels them from good to great, from playoff contenders to Super Bowl favorites. So Bears fans, stay tuned and keep your fingers crossed. This kind of move might be just what the doctor ordered to solidify Chicago's place among the NFL's elite. The next few weeks could bring some exciting developments, and if this trade goes through, it will be a game changer not just for the Bears, but for the entire league. Imagine the excitement, the energy, and the hope that Warner's arrival would bring. It's an exciting time to be a Bears fan, and I can't wait to see how this story unfolds. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, if the Bears manage to land Warner, it's not just a splash move. It's a signal that the team is serious about contending now, about building a defense that can carry them deep into January and beyond. Warner's addition would give Chicago a versatile, elite linebacker who can cover tight ends, stop the run, and make game-changing plays. It's exactly the kind of move that could elevate their entire defense from good to great. And that's exactly what this team needs if they want to make a real playoff push and compete for a Super Bowl title. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news.